Hi, you.
Hi.
It was nice to see you here on the Web Summit. You are a speaker today, and can you tell about yourself, about your company, and what are you doing, and what do you present here on that huge event?
Well, thank you for having me here. I am responsible for IT and digital in Hydro, which is a global integrated aluminium company. This event is particularly useful for us, first of all, to tell the story of our cyber crisis that we've had, trying to share that story with as many people as possible, to kind of, as an industry or as a group of companies, to become better in cybersecurity. So that's also what I'm going to talk about tomorrow, and explaining a little bit more how Hydro was attacked, what we did, what have we been doing, and how do I think that companies can become better.
And how you're a very big company, it's one of the biggest company, and how these can help to prevent cybersecurity in the small companies, and what you do to make it easier to prevent that cybersecurity.
Well, it's an interesting question, because in my experience, prevention is overrated, while sort of what we call incident response is underrated. A lot of companies invest massively in prevention. I think we've seen that if someone wants to get in, they get in. And then the question is, how well are you prepared as a company to deal with it? So I'm advocating very much to not reduce necessarily the prevention part, but whatever more people are doing is to put that on the sort of the incident response part, become better organized, making sure that you can shut off parts of the company, not the entire company, having procedures in place, etc. But that's a huge job, to make sure that everybody knows what to do, that the roles are there, but also to prepare for a lot of stuff. Like, for example, we learned that when everything was down, we couldn't find back a single mobile phone number because they're all stored in the systems. So it takes preparation to have copies somewhere, maybe paper or in a vault somewhere else, to make sure that you have critical phone numbers for the people you need. Emergency processes are often stored on a PC, but that PC is all of a sudden gone. So how do you prepare for that sort of event? And then that takes a lot of effort and a lot of time to plan and really ask yourself again, yeah, but is this realistic when everything is off, right? Don't forget that in Hydro we've been sort of struggling to get back. Now we're fully back on our feet, but it was more or less 3 months without IT.
Wow, 3 months, yes, quite weak without IT.
It's quite a lot, and you know, after 1 week, finance came to me and said, we now have 20,000 overdue invoices, growing with 6,000 every day.
Wow.
And we can't pay. I mean, ERP is down, banks refuse electronic communication, and every day is 6,000 more invoices that are overdue. So how do you organize for that, right? That's not an IT problem, that's a finance problem. What is most priority? How do you deal with all this? So I'm trying to explain to companies that everybody should do a lot more effort everywhere in the company to be prepared. Because when it's a crisis, it's not an IT crisis anymore. IT is down, right? What do all the rest do? We had 2 days after the crisis, we had a payroll in Brazil for 5,000 employees. Well, there is no payroll system. The banks don't accept anything. How do you pay 5,000 people? And they need the money for their mortgages, for food and their homes, etc. So that's where you start to be creative, and where it's an HR problem, right? IT is not going to solve it.
How was you able to solve that challenge?
Yeah, well, in this case, for example, we said to the banks, well, do copy-paste of last month. Here is a list of people that are hired and fired. Take them out, put them in, and run. Is it perfect? No. Is it good enough? Maybe yes. And then we did all these sort of corrections then later on, but then at least people have enough to cover a month, and then maybe some overtime they can get afterwards, but the basics are in place. So we had to invent a million workarounds like that, right? What do you do with customers that have a quality problem and you can't get the quality data? Or customer orders, or you just name it, everybody has to live for a period without systems.
So main message that be prepared for the cyber attack when you are ready. It's much more easy to cover and to restore everything as it was before.
Exactly, and I really think critical that probably a lot of assumptions are still in place with, then we form a task team and then we put stuff on Skype. Well, Skype is not there. And we form a task team, yeah, but how? You don't have mobile numbers, email is down, calendars are down, everything is down. So asking yourself again and again, will it work? And it's only after a number of iterations that you will get to some way of working that is good. Like, for example, what we've done now to ensure that we are better prepared is to make a lot of emergency groups in Facebook. They're empty, there are no posts, but if our whole infrastructure goes down, then we have a number of critical groups prepared in Facebook. Everybody knows. You can log on with your home PC or whatever, but you can get to critical updates or to-dos or stuff like that.
Yeah, it's very interesting to hear that that you're ready to go with social media and be ready. If something happens, it's just your backup plan.
It's a backup plan.
And it means that because most of these small companies are using this strategy as well. So it means that big companies do the same way.
Yeah, but it is obviously just looking for platforms that everybody is familiar with, everybody has, and that are not connected with our network. So Facebook, WhatsApp, there's not too many platforms where everybody is more or less already a user.
Yeah.
But they're there, and now we're better prepared. But these are hints that we try to share with others, because people will get hacked, right?
Yeah, exactly. If they want to be hacked, or if the person will be like, if they need to have someone to be shooted, I would say, to find a sniper or someone, it's much more easy to find it. So that's why it's if someone wants to hack you, they actually will hack you.
They will get it. That we've seen that also by how hackers came in Hydro. It is virtually impossible to avoid that. It's highly sophisticated. It's impossible for our employees to discover that anything is going wrong, and still it works. So they will find a way.
Yes, then thank you very much. The message we get: be prepared, and that will be success for the company.
Exactly.
Thank you very much, and wish you good luck for tomorrow's speech.
Thank you.